just giving her, kind of feigned performative she's anti-racist, not going to allow any racist on the panel or whatever. And I said, I didn't really know what the details at all, but I was like, yeah, I'm pretty sure that the derivation for what her and Robert's fallout is going to be linked to you and officers debate not going through. And it seems like that because when she said that this has been going on for a year, and then she brought up before that 2 weeks. She said that you have been treating her and officer bad for the last 2 weeks, and I was like, okay, well, you had asked him to apologize for saying bad things about her family, and he did that, and then you accepted, and then if I remember the chronology correctly, Bold come on the panel, and then she started kind of laughing a little bit and saying, you're messy," and that's when she like rescinded her forgiveness and then wanted to kind of hash it out again. So it's like until she can kind of itemize like what specifically her problems are with you, like it'll be never ending. It's like you could apologize 1,000 times and change and do 1,000 other things, but until you know what that list is and like specifically what it is that she has gripes with you about, no, I don't think there's gonna be much progress.
Well, and I think there's mental health. I do think plays a role, a factor in this. And for
Well,
that,
that
I don't. Unlike a lot of people in this world, I don't look to engage in delusion with others, and I'm very aware of that. Like at least I try to be. And when I see people departing from reality, it's just like, dude. To me that felt like like a sense of mania, and I don't really know how all these different personality disorders work or something, but like
mhm.
when you flip a switch just out of absolutely nowhere, it seems to me it feels like that's very not healthy cognitive function. Like
a
we
hundred
were
percent.
somewhere at one point and you just went somewhere totally different.
And now we're back at square one. We made no progress. But yeah, I mean, yeah, when I'm advocating for the conversation to be had in private, way before any of that, the conversation has to be made between two sober individuals. Because in her high Bex or drunk Bex could forgive you, and then high Bex has an issue with you, sober Bex has an issue with you. It's like I need to be talking to the Bex. That's it.
Yeah, I agree.
But
I
I don't know.
agree.
You
But
tried.
yeah, I did. And then but I think hopefully Andrew and Nick will come here now. I just invited them. But I think what I'm frustrated with though is this thing that I feel like her and Nick were doing. He was doing it where they're trying so hard to kind of run away from what they were all but just like a day ago. And that frustration I think is fueling a lot of what gets me a little on edge with everybody. But um good afternoon, Christine.
Hi, Robert. I don't have any Beck's trauma, but I haven't said hi to you in so long. I needed to come up and say hi. How are you?
Hello, hello. Yes, it's been too long. It's been far too long. I haven't been on like
You haven't come to
religious talk.
Sandy's. Yeah.
I haven't, and I need to get back to it.
You don't come to my panel.
I have been dereliction of
You're stuck
duty,
in
dereliction of
messy.
duty.
You're
No,
stuck in
political, more
messy, aren't you?
political. No, no, not messy at all. I hate.
Oh,
Well, actually, maybe more than I wish to be. That's actually what we're talking about right now. But
yeah. Um,
Messy talk and political talk kind of coalesced the last like month.
yeah, they
I
have.
have never been involved on the messy talk side of TikTok, and I like to keep it that way.
Yeah, it's a feather in your cap for sure.
I can't imagine me over there because I am a total asshole. So, but
I want to be so hurtful right now with the words I have to say about that guy, her boyfriend. Uh, I
But yeah, I
just.
mean that's another thing too. Whatever, it's not really fair for her to basically say she wants to invite you over there to hash it out, and then all of a sudden he becomes part of it too.
Well, no, and immediately it was not like what they said at all. It was a lie.
Yeah,
It was Bell lying to get me there. It was we're not going to get Mod. I mean, I would have been beyond respectful for what they were offering.
yeah. Well, you definitely tried. So you've apologized now close to 10 times.
what did you
She's
do, Robert, that you had to apologize for?
just normal
Mm,
messy talk stuff.
yeah, just messy, like rude, something rude. But
Oh,
um, yeah, this individual. forgave it, and then within like span of about an hour, retracted that
And then
position. And
later to find out
Mm.
that that was really just only like I don't know what percentage, but a percentage of a much bigger problem she said that she's been having for like over a year. So it's like, okay, well, that's different, you know.
Robert's a precious angel. He doesn't say anything rude. I don't know what they're talking about. I'll
I
come.
don't.
I'll come protect you, Robert.
Don't come.
It's funny.
Don't stay out
Fuck
of those
them.
neighborhoods.
Fuck them bitches.
Yeah,
It's funny.
stay out of those neighborhoods.
Yeah.
Um, I wonder where Nick and Andrew are. I'm gonna when they do come here, if they do come here, I'm gonna be quite rude to them
You are.
for not hurrying the fuck up. Are you kidding me right now?
Oh my
Chat, go
God.
spam or go report Bex's live chat. I'm joking. I'm joking.
Wow.
What a nightmare. Yeah.
I do always hear drama around the name of this person on your prompt, though.
That's her.
Yeah.
That's her niche, kind of on the app. She like hosts panels where people have altercations, hash out issues, and dox each other and all that kind of stuff.
Wow. Robert, you just shared me the live. I'm here. I'm here, honey.
Well, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Um, how's everything else been in Memphis with you? How's life been?
Good, no complaints. First quarter of this year going pretty well, so we'll see.
Good. Have you
And
what do you
yourself?
think? It's the same. It's
Okay,
been
good.
been good. It's been good. I was gonna ask you, what do you think of Trump and Iran? Like, have you been following? Have you by chance had an opportunity to see Catherine Austin Fitts in her interviews with Tucker?
No, let me look it up right now because I may have, but I just don't recognize that name. Uh,
Robert, you're against what we're doing in Iran, aren't you? Robert.
Um,
Oh, I didn't know if
yes,
you heard me.
yes, but not for. I mean, yeah,
Oh. I'm for it, so we would be disagreeing this time. I usually am pretty aligned with where you're at.
sorry,
um,
I was sneezing.
so the first thing that came up was control grid warning.
Yeah.
What's that in reference to?
So she's a former HUD secretary, and then she's in central banking and a professor at different establishments and gives a lot of lectures on central planning. And she warns on the issues that we face from a central planner's perspective. And she kind of like open sources the central planning system. Goes at nauseum breaking down BIS and different institutions to showcase power structures and institutions throughout our country. She's quite with it. I like her.
Interesting. Yeah, I gotta check it out.
What was the interview that you had messaged me about recently?
What was that?
My Discord is still down. I have to like
Let me
email
check
them
real
and do
quick.
all kinds of stuff.
1 second. I'll be right back.
All right.
Um,
Yeah, Christine, the only reason I don't dive into anything about like Bex and stuff with you is because it's just so toxic.
oh, I don't need you to.
Yeah, yeah.
Are you being protective of me, Robert?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's cute.
Yeah.
No, I honestly I have zero interest in messy talk. I just sometimes when I see you, I will listen cuz you're so fucking funny when you're being a shit
Well,
because you make me
I
laugh.
it's been kind of like Memphis said or Dot said, it's been overlapping with political talk more than it ever has been before, but
Uh,
it's a little bit frustrating, but you hopefully it'll dissipate.
is it something that affects your life or just your TikTok life?
Just my TikTok. Yeah, it's not.
Yeah.
Oh, it was Robert. It was Mike Huckabee. I bet.
What an interview.
Dude, it was worse than Tel Aviv Cruz's interview.
Way worse. Well, I also think that Tucker probably watched his first interview, got all that he did well, and then added some stuff too, so he came more prepared. But
Man,
it
but
was it was dynamite.
you would have thought that Mike Huckabee would have done the same thing and been able to predict some of the line of questioning. But dude, he like, I mean, one specific quote, I was just like, Are you freaking kidding me?" Tucker asked him how much land should Israel try and seize? How much should they expand their borders? How much should they be on the affront and be aggressive with their neighbors? And he looks at the camera and basically says, "All of it, just take it all, whatever."
I
It's just
give him
like,
the whole thing,
yeah,
I think is what he said.
yeah. It's like, okay,
Well, no, it's worse than just like even surreal. It's like if we acknowledge we live in a post World War II doctrine, it's profound. Like the implications that the global hegemon, the United States, would support people betraying the global order is just astonishing.
yeah. I haven't been able to follow the conflict as much as I'd like to, but the whole thing just kind of heartbreaking for me because it's like, I mean, dating all the way back to the Arab Spring or whatever. It's just like, okay, like why is America? I don't know. It is what it is.
Yeah, I mean, what you also see though is how pervasive the coddling is in DC though for this particular institution because how inept people are at even answering basic questions on it. Like if you're asked questions, grilling questions on something all the time, you're gonna be battle tested. But these people are all flat-footed when they're asked just basic questions on Israel. And what's even stranger is that if they just contextualized Israel as any other ally, you can answer these questions pretty easily. But I guess you can't do that because the entire thing actually is a lie.
Very true.
Yeah, I know I'm coming late to the game on this one, Dot, so I'm probably just over here lecturing the choir, but it's crazy once once you kind of see some things in a different way on this, it's disappointing.
I am curious. I don't know if you've given it much thought, but if you do have the time or the interest, if you could kind of identify just through like introspection, what specific things, or maybe just even one thing, was it that kind of like changed your perspective? I'd be really interested.
Well, for me, it's I really have to know someone is operating in bad faith actually because I'm big on not creating boogeymen. I don't think
Mhm.
they exist very much in this world. And so for me, I think this particular conflict, the particulars of it showcase to me that in conjunction with things like let's say 9/11 and let's say things like the USS Liberty, I feel like we have been so abused by this ally that I can't continue to make any more sound rationale for it. It sounds to me that if you love our country, to prioritize this country, which is what these things continue to make us do, is is an action of somebody who doesn't love our country. And so because of that, I had to retract my belief in them at all because I really think they're acting against us. And I mean, I don't mean to just be totally taking Tucker's like words on this, but I do take his position in saying that they well, I think that what I'm observing is that these two countries are operating on moving a a holy war forward that we don't need to be involved in. And yeah, so for me, it's been really, really recent, but I I wanted to believe that they're a good ally. And to be honest, I kind of just drank the Kool-Aid for a long time. Like I drank the Kool-Aid on I've even said the same things like it's critical intel that we get from the region, but then when you start to realize how much resources we have in the region, that becomes kind of a misnomer as well.
And especially if you juxtapose every single thing they've done to benefit us with what they've done to harm us. Like, yeah, they'll tell us a little bit about kind of our enemy's technology and things like that. But the second they have the opportunity to sell our technology to our enemies, they do it. This is a direct quote from from Bibi, I think almost 20 years ago. And it's just fascinating because, this guy walks into the White House after, a 10-year planned, beeper mission against the Shiite version of HAMAS in the North. And he gives a golden beeper to our president. And this is what I don't know. There's just there's compilations of this guy, calling America New Rome, saying they're in this kind of like existential battle with Rome. They lost the first time; they can't afford to lose a second time, and things like that. It's just like, dude, what am I supposed to do with this?
Robert, I have a question.
Sure.
So you no longer support Israel? Is that what's happening?
Well, for me, hold on, let me move
Because you said
this
you've been
screen
drinking the
back.
Kool-Aid. Do you think maybe you could have possibly drank some Kool-Aid that's got you thinking differently?
So no, what I was drinking was the was the like American propaganda Kool-Aid, I guess. So it was the opposite. That
No, I know. But do you think you could be drinking some American propaganda Kool-Aid against Israel?
no, because to me, I don't actually look at them with any extra I don't look at them with any more critical eyes than I do every other country on earth. And so what I'm not doing though is prioritizing them in a way that I do or don't any other country. So when I say I want no intervention, this extends to Venezuela, this extends to Israel. Like I'm a non-interventionalist. I believe that. And so when Israel then forces my hand to have to be involved in things that they want me involved in for war, that makes them a threat to my way of thinking. I
I mean,
don't
I don't.
like being
Okay.
involved in foreign conflict.
Yeah,
I mean, I have zero opinion on Israel because I haven't studied or looked into it. So as far I was just curious. I was just
Yeah,
asking.
no, I'm definitely not like a hater of Israel. I just don't look at them with much trust at all.
Mm.
yeah. I mean, even for people that approach Israel from a neutral perspective, I mean, after was it was it Rubio that basically said the whole reason why we had to attack was because we knew Israel was going to attack, and then as soon as Israel attacked, we were going to be attacked. So we had to be preemptive about this. And it's basically right there spelling out that like, look, the guard dog in the Middle East is off the leash and rabid.
Yeah, and to Christine though, I am hyper aware of not being funneled into like an anti-Semitic disposition, but however, you can also be at a point where you realize these are used as weapons to put people in a box to not be able to speak with a critical um perspective towards things that you otherwise should be. Like when I do talk about Venezuela, I'm not criticized the same that when I'm talking about Iran,
Right.
and Israel. Criticized the same that when I'm talking about, and I think that's inappropriate. Like I'm as an American, I'm not going to be put into a box
Right. No, I
because
agree. I'm just saying I just sitting back and listening as much as I do, as many different panels as I wander into or whatever. I just hear more than ever, more than I've ever heard before, this hate for Israel all of a sudden.
absolutely,
Like,
and I'm to be
um,
honest, Christine, I'm with you on that, and I fight against that.
like
Like I
is
don't.
it a train that everybody's just like, this is what my head says, and again, I haven't studied or researched any of it, so to me I'm like, is everybody just jumping on some weird we hate Israel train?
I think
No,
some people are.
I definitely think there's some of that, but a much greater portion of me thinks that it's kind of an issue where people are like looking at the data, looking at the evidence, looking at it throughout history, noticing patterns, and asking very legitimate questions. I don't want to get your live taken down, but check out this for 2 seconds. Got it.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah, I mean that I saw that that interview is still on YouTube in some places, and it's just it's amazing. It's like she's like, yeah, I mean if they are in America, we call them anti-Semitic, and if they're in Europe, we call them Nazis. So I mean, I would say the fact that I have to spell that word out on this app is evidence that there's something greater at, I mean, I'm supposed to be in a country where I have freedom of speech, but to use technology, that is on the market within my own country, I have to forego that as part of their terms of service. That to me is weird. And it's only for that one group.
Yeah, what was your question again, Christine? Sorry, I apologize.
Oh, no, I was just saying, like, I just feel like I see so many people that, I've known over the last 2 years of being here
Hmm.
where Israel was not really an issue. And then all of a sudden it is. And then the other thing that goes right along with it is, people jumping ship on Trump. And, you know, I just feel like when I voted for him, I voted for 4 years. And I knew things were going to take time. And it's just like people are jumping and everything is so negative. And I've even had people say that are supposed to be Republican or conservative, whatever you want to be on the right or whatever that is, that they don't really care if we lose these midterms. That's how much they're so against Trump and what is going on. Like, I don't agree with everything Trump does, but I think he's doing a pretty good job with what he was left with. And then what are we going to do? Lose these midterms because people are fucking throwing temper tantrums that things aren't done within a year? And to be fair, they actually started crying about 4 months in. He's not doing what we voted for. He's not doing what we voted for, but I feel like he is doing most things that we voted for. And when we lose these midterms and these Democrats take over, I say we're fucked.
Yeah. Well, what the first part of your question, I would say, is trying to gauge whether or not we're miscalibrating our critical perspective of Israel, or are they actually a radical actor? And to be certain, what
Right.
makes me know that they're acting, and certainly acting as a radical actor in today's world, is that when we consider things like how we proposition Vladimir Putin to the world, and we say this is someone who threatens the post World War II doctrine. This is someone who wants to expand their territory and dishonor the world order that we've had since the post World War II doctrine. And because of that, we will mechanize all global militaries and economies against this great evil because it does something so terrible. It is such a terrible actor because it does that. But then in comes this thing we want to call our ally, who is on an open pursuit for a greater Israel, like just is on an open pursuit for this land grab in what we define as a post World War II era that has no more land grabs. That is like the entire crux of the post World War II doctrine. And and it then lays itself to bear that something here is off. We are saying one of these is the greatest evil of all, and we're saying one of these is the greatest ally, yet they're both doing the same thing. And so if I am a believer of this post World War II doctrine and support what it represents, which is a beneficiary position to the United States, then I know that some of these things don't make sense. Like going to war right now with Iran doesn't behoove the United States. We have things to deal with, like a potential war with Taiwan. We have a potential war in
Yeah,
Ukraine. We have a
but
potential
doesn't
war there.
doesn't the things that they've done between Venezuela and what they're doing with Iran, doesn't that cripple China a little bit, which means there is no war with Taiwan?
I don't know if that's how they look at it, because what you have is you have two
That's what I hear a
components.
lot. That's the way I hear a whole lot of people looking at it with that. What is it? The Strait of whatever that is, Hormuz or something. I don't know the right
Yeah.
word,
Well,
but and then stopping the oil that China was getting from Iran and Venezuela. I think China is the bottom line for what's going on here.
yeah. All right. Good night, Memphis. I think I'll actually wrap the live up too, because I was actually just wanting to have a live just for a few minutes after that other live.
Gotcha. All right, cool. All right, man. Best luck with everything. I'll see you around.
Yes, sir. We'll see you. All right, Christine. Well,
All right.
I'll make it a point to come back around to better pastures because I need to I need to I need to
Your head is
um
not wrapped around Iran and China right now. I know.
yeah, no.
I got you,
Uh,
Robert. I'll talk to you
Alrighty.
later.
We'll talk to you later. Good
Okay,
night.
bye. Got you,
Uh,
Robert. I'll talk to
alrighty.
you.